likes to go with also.
Yes, we do. We appreciate
Okay,
it.
that's cool.
All right, guys, fire away.
F1, what's the appeal?
No, I mean, I think everybody can see the appeal. I've been able to get to a couple races now, seeing the environment, and then obviously watching the Drive to Survive on Netflix. You see how competitive it is, and anytime you get an opportunity to get in on that, I mean, I'm competitive as anyone can get, and so hopefully it can open up to some great opportunities, and we're able to go to some of those races and have a little stake in the game.
They're a French team. I mean, did you have options on any one of the 10 teams?
No, I don't know if I had options. They came to us with the opportunity. I jumped at it. I'm excited for it, and obviously having Trav with me, I mean, it'll be cool to be able to go to some of the events and hopefully get to some other places, maybe other than Miami, maybe get to some of the other places around the world. It'll be really cool.
Do you drive at any point?
I don't know if that's in my contract, so we'll see. I know Veach is a big F1 guy, so maybe he'll let me cruise around the track at least once. But I don't know if the cars cost a little bit of money, so I don't know if they'll let me do that.
It's been around for a few years. How much of maybe seeing that show led you to wanting to get involved with Peyton and doing that quarterback show?
Yeah, it was definitely big. Just seeing how top athletes at their profession can still do this documentary type series, showing their life, but at the same time they can still compete at the top of their profession. And so it showed that the best athletes in the world can do it. So I thought was able to do that and still focus on the main thing, but get to document all this cool stuff that we do.
Do you think you'll ever stop trying to own things and being a part of bigger and bigger adventures, pretty much?
Not until I own an NFL team. So if I can get there, then I might settle down. But they make it pretty tough to get to that spot.
Is that the ultimate goal for you business-wise?
Yeah, eventually, when I'm done playing. I think Tom's trying to do it right now, but that's definitely where you want to get to because I love this sport and want to give back in any way possible. When I'm done playing, obviously I'll be a Chiefs fan, but at the same time I want to have that competitive edge like I've always had my entire life.
If it wasn't possible in the NFL, would you look at an NBA team, NHL, baseball, whatever it might be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking around. I mean, obviously I can't do it in the NFL while I'm playing. So I'm always looking around at other sports. I mean, it's hard to get in all sports, NBA and all that different type of stuff. But I'm always keeping my ears open. If they give me the opportunity, I'm gonna jump at it.
Patrick, you play the Chargers this coming up. You look at their defense and they're ranked very low, but then you see Mac has like 7 sacks. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at their defense, is he the guy you key on?
I mean, they got a lot of guys. I think that's their record doesn't reflect it this year, but we understand how good this football team is. They're a playoff football team, a team that we play to one score. It seems like every single game. Great quarterback, great weapons on the offense, great defense all around, and so it'll be a great challenge for us, and something that we have to step up for. The offense, we need to play better in order to win this game, and I think this will be a great opportunity for us to go up against a great defense and see what we can do.
Is the Mac truck somebody you keep?
Yeah, no, 100%. You got him and Joey Bosa on the other side, so it's tough to choose between one of those two guys because those are two of the best pass rushers in the league.
Patrick, after watching film, how do you think the offense can be better?
Yeah, I think it's little stuff, and I said it after the game, and even watching the film, you see it even more. It's just the little stuff that we're not executing at a high enough level, and it's not everybody, and it's different people every single play, including myself. And so in this league, in order to have these sustained drives and score touchdowns, get in the red zone and score against good defenses, you have to execute everybody, coaches included. And I think that's something that we have to continue to get better and better at. And I think if we start executing at a high enough level, we have the talent and we have the play calls. So let's just continue to get better and better.
The fact you're not as productive.
You only threw one pass in that last game, which was about 20 yards. Pretty rare that you only throw one. What is it that makes it hardest to check down, knowing that you prefer obviously to throw deep if you want to? But when's it hardest to do the check downs?
Yeah, I mean, we design plays to get the deep shots throughout the week, and when those aren't there, it's hard sometimes. You want to almost force it in there to give it a chance because you've worked all week for it. But you have to continue to be patient. Teams are playing us in a lot of deep coverages. Deep zone coverages, and we haven't proven that we can sustain multiple drives where we go down the field and score. We've done it in spurts. So we have to continue to do that. And once we show that, we run the ball, we throw it short, we get down the field and score touchdowns, they'll come up, and that's when I need to hit the deep shots.
You have to be aware, right, during the game that, hey, I haven't thrown deep at all. I mean, is there an urge to do it at least once or twice a game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always have that mentality, but you kind of have to just take what's there and what the defense is giving you, and that's something that I've learned over my years. Is as much as I want to throw it deep every play, you got to just take what's there. And there's probably a couple shots in the game I might have could have got to, but at the same time, just continue to sustain those drives that we had this last week. Let's just put them in the end zone at the end of them.
Given that you haven't been necessarily as productive as you wanted to be offensively, is there a little different feeling to that this year, given how the defense is playing?
Yeah, I mean that helps out a ton whenever you don't feel like you've played your best ball, especially as an offense, and you're still sitting here 5-1. And so you have to continue to just push, continue to get better and better. That's all you can do regardless. But at the same time, we understand that it's going to take the offense at some point to have the big game to win it. And our defense is holding it down for us right now, but let's take some pressure off of them so they can play free and be even better.
You talk about those little things, and it feels like the receivers in this offense, it's kind of like a ballet, a dance, read option routes and all these things. Does chemistry matter that much more just because it's in this offense and that everything has to be in sync?
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that we continue to build. I think guys have come a long way even since OTAs, and I feel like we're in a good spot. But we have to continue to get better and better throughout the year. We want to be playing our best football all the time, but obviously we want to be playing at the end of the year. And so I feel like we're making steps in the right direction. Let's just continue to get better, and hopefully by the end of the year we can really be the best that we can be.
Let's go to Nate next.
You mentioned the deep zones that you're seeing. In basketball, teams playing a zone, you got to be able to hit the threes to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of the football equivalent to you? What do you need to be able to do to get people out there?
Yeah, I think it's just like I said, you got to have these sustained drives like we had this last game, but you have to execute in the red zone, and that's something that we've taken pride in these last few years is scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Obviously, this last game we didn't do that. That's why the game was close because we didn't score those touchdowns. We got field goals and didn't get points in some drives, and so we have to continue to get better and better and make sure that when we have these long sustained drives that we score touchdowns when we get down in the red zone.
We'll go Nate, Vahe, and then Seren. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, a bit of a odd question, but when you saw the schedule release back in the spring, just how did you sort of anticipate the season going, and just how, I guess, unique or different is it to play just about every time zone possible for the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes with the territory. Whenever you start winning a lot, you play the better teams in the NFL, just how the schedule makers make the schedule. And then obviously we have a lot of primetime games and not a lot of 12 o'clock games and stuff like that. And so that just comes with it. When you win, they want to put you on those nationally televised games and stuff like that. And we're excited for it. I mean, what better prepare you for the playoffs than playing in different time zones, playing at different times of the day, and playing in front of everybody so that you can prepare yourself that whenever you get to the playoffs, you're ready to go. And so it's a heck of an opportunity, and I'm excited that I'm playing at Arrowhead this week at 3 because that's like my favorite time, I think, to play.
Just like, what do you prefer, or is there, prime time versus like late afternoon?
I think during the regular season, I prefer like that 3 o'clock window just because it's right there, especially when you're at home because you get to get home and watch the night game and everything like that, not too late. But once you get towards the end of the season, I like the primetime ones at 7, no matter if it's Monday, Thursday, or Sunday night.
Vahe?
Patrick, I think it's only 1 day per divisional team you spend during OTAs, but do you think of that as having value in what you guys have done in the division? What does it do for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does have value. I think just the coaches put an emphasis on that we got to win our division first. We believe we have a tough division there. Every game in our division is a one-score game. It's going down to the wire, and so we understand it takes the little things that are going to take us to get that win. And so we have to continue to really focus on our division opponents, and especially the Chargers. And so we take that time in the offseason. We take some more time in training camp so that when we get to this week, we're prepared and ready to go out there and be our best. And that our best is what it's going to take in order to get the win.
And when you think of the reasons why you've had such success in the division, what things do you think of the most?
It's just ultimate focus. Every game's been close. It's not like it's a lot of blowouts or anything like that. It's just we find a way at the end of the day to get the win. But we understand and respect our opponents, that we know that it's going to be a hard fought battle. And I think that's where I guess some teams would lose some of those games, is we don't take it for granted that we're going to play our best football to win. And we understand that going into every single week that we play a division opponent.
Seren?
Patrick, I know quarterback's such a unique position in sports with everything that goes into it, and there's kind of a camaraderie amongst them, respect for all the other guys that do the job. I know you did a commercial with with Herbert, where is he, it sounds like you're pretty close with Tom Brady, we hear you talking to Tom a lot. Where's Justin, one of the guys you're kinda close with? Or-
Yeah, I talk to him every once in a while. He's a great quarterback. He does a lot of great things in the football field. He makes some. I've said it multiple times. Makes some throws I don't think anyone can make. And I got to meet him more this offseason, shooting those commercials and stuff like that. And a great guy, and I think he's a pretty good golfer. So maybe I have to get on the golf course at some point. I haven't built that friendship like that, but I've talked to him a couple times now. I understand he's a really good guy. All his teammates love him. Obviously a great quarterback.
Good, thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.